Hey, folks, welcome to the show. Well, we have another victim of the curse of Karen Reed. Lieutenant Brian Tully, just a few years from full retirement, chooses to retire. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I mean, you can call it Curse of Karen Reed. You can call it, yeah, you can call it anything you want, but there's a lot of people in the Karen Reed investigation who simply isn't there anymore. You have, well, let's start with the ones who are still officers, but haven't resigned, been kicked out. And in there you have, of course, Yuri Buchanan. You have Kevin Albert, Sean Good, who now Good and Albert are still facing repercussions. Yuri Buchanan is reassigned to a purely administrative role, probably waiting for his retirement to kick up a notch. Then you have Chief Rafferty, who resigned in 2025. Now, I don't know if I can assign all the things there to Karen Reed. It's Rafferty knew a lot of shit, and she probably didn't want to be held accountable. And so she did enough of a fuck motion and off she fucked. But Michael Proctor actually fired. And no wonder why. No wonder why. I mean, what his conduct in the Karen Reed investigation is despicable. Absolutely despicable. And I'm not only talking about the correspondence with his friends, his language, his name calling. It is how he, to this day, refuses accountability for what he did. But that's about to change because, well, in the civil trial, they're about to start with the depositions. And former Trooper Proctor, is panicking, absolutely panicking, because he doesn't have access to the investigative material. And he's a bad liar and he has a bad memory. So he now desperately wants the information. So he's asking the feds to send it over so he can remember what he lied about. Yeah, that is a deposition that will be really, really interesting. And now, of course, the Kelly Dever debacle. She got this high-paying job in Boston. And then she went on to testify, and it was absolutely ridiculous with the planted memory she blamed, or invented memory, or false memory, whatever it was. It was absolutely insane, which made it impossible for her to continue as a police officer. So she resigned. She first went, what do you call it? She went on leave, and then she resigned, and wherever she is now, I don't wish you good luck. I really don't, Miss Dever. And yeah, imagine that, Kelly Dever, who went on the stand thinking she was protecting people while being protected, only to realize the moment she went off, the trial was over, and she went off the stand, the trial was over, nobody had her back. Not one. Not a single person. I could imagine that realization must have been daunting to her. She was there, high paying job, more or less could just clock in overtime when she wanted. She had a good career in front of her, being a good little tool. And then she had nothing. Then she had nothing. And now, Lieutenant Brian Tully retires just a few years from full retirement, which is always suspicious. Why would you not ask for desk service and just wait it out a couple of years? Well, it's twofold. First of all, you have the Karen Reed. He is weeks away from being deposed. Just weeks. And whatever knowledge the Karen Reed team has now, they didn't have before or during the trials. They have so much more information now. So much more. And I'm guessing he retires so he can't be fired. That way he can get at least some income. But I believe whatever comes out in that will be absolutely, yeah. His action speaks for itself. But it's not the only reason. The other reason is the Sandra Birchmore case. Brian Tully was very involved in the investigation regarding Sandra Birchmore, or the lack of investigation, or probably destruction, or attempt to destroy evidence. And the dates here are really important because I believe it was April 7th was when the feds replied to Matthew Farwell's attempt to get bond before trial. And the information in there shows how Tully, Morrissey, and others protected Matthew Farwell. In my opinion, they knew that this was not self-ending because they did the active choice in not telling the medical examiner about circumstances. They did not tell that they had video of Matthew Farwell entering Sandra's apartment before she was found unalived. They knew there was male DNA on the strap. They knew a lot of things, and they chose to hide it from the medical examiner because they wanted to protect one of their own. And that leads me to the next step here. Why would Tully and the others protect Matthew Farwell, who the entire department knew he was using that youth club as a hunting ground? They knew other cops were using that youth club as a hunting ground. A bunch of PDF cops using a youth club to find and groom and exploit minors. I'm convinced they knew. What would make somebody protect a certain that kind of person? Well, it would be really interesting to see Brian Tully's involvement in youth clubs. I hope he will get that question when it's time for trial in the Sandra Birchmore murder. If they interview him, if they actually dig into his past, what is in Brian Tully's past? But he's no longer a cop. He can't do damage anymore. That doesn't mean that the police department is now magically cleared of bad cops. No, because current administration still protects people inside that police department. Keep digging, folks. Keep exploiting these crooked cops. There's more to find. That's what I had for you, folks. You all have a good one. And I'll see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.